Hello everybody, this is Jared with Fluty Homestead, and I'm back finally. I ain't had a video in a month or two, and I've been super busy. I can't even tell you everything that I've had going on. So I'm back and hope to be on the regular schedule again, and I got a lot of projects that I've been doing and I'm going to show you, and I've got some new things and a lot of new garden update. And one big project, as you can see behind me, I took the porch off of the trailer that I used to live in, and I loaded it on a big trailer, jacked it up, moved it over here to the front of the cabin, and I've been putting it back, and I cut all the rafters loose and jacked the roof up to match the pitch of the house, and I'm adding on to it there, and I'm going to be screening all of that in. So that's a big project I got going right now. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of what's going on today. It ain't raining now. It's been raining off and on for, seemed like the last 2 weeks. So I ain't got to get in the garden as much as I want. But I got a little weeding to do this week. It's going to be pretty. And I got to get ready to cut hay. We got to get the hay cut. It's perfect right now. So I'm going to give you a little garden update and a chicken update. And we'll go from there. Alrighty. Here's another project I had going on. I built me a new chicken coop. I lost, Lord, probably 10 chickens to a fox. And I've set steel traps and live traps. And I've never caught a fox, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I tried everything that people told me. And finally, I got tired of it, and I took all scrap material I had, and I built this chicken coop. And it's small, but I don't need but over 10 laying hens, you know. It's just us. And if I need meat birds, well, I can put them in the barn. So I took extra pine siding and shingles and plywood I had, and I've got 6 nest boxes across the front here. It's 6 feet long, 4 feet wide, and I'm fixing this. I'm fixing a run, and I'm going to wire in the bottom as well, and I'm going to put a roof on the top. And I'm going to fix a little trap door where I can lock them up at night. And if you'll come over here with me, I fixed this end where the whole wall is a door. So it all opens so I can clean it out. And I made me a little latch here, just a little simple latch. I'm going to put a little spring on it. And don't want to let them out, but I put linoleum on the floor. When I get the run built and I can let them out of there, I will show you that. But I put linoleum on the floor, that way it's easy to clean. I put a window in the front, and I'm going to be putting rat wire, we call it, along the eaves. I've got some blocks of wood in there now to keep critters out. And I've got some latches to add to this, but that way I can just get right there and get the eggs. But I'm really tickled with my little junk chicken house. Every bit of this, I think the only thing I bought was the latches, and that's about it. Maybe the hinges. I bought some hinges. Everything else is leftovers from either little jobs I've done for people or myself. And if you want any dimensions of this, well, just let me know. I can tell you roughly it's 4 feet wide, 6 feet long, and then the little nest boxes are a foot deep. And from the floor here to there is 4 feet, and it's got a 512 pitch. So if you want to know anything else, well, just comment or message me. I'll be glad to tell you. Alrighty, I'm going to take you up here to my garden now and show you how everything's doing. Alrighty, here we are up here on the garden on a rock. That's what I call this garden. And me and Lakin raked a ton of rocks out of this year and pitched them over the hill. And I bet I had 10 or 12 wheelbarrow loads of rocks. So I'll just show you a few of the plants I got going. My zucchini and squash is coming along nice. I got to get in here and do some weeding. It's been so wet, I just haven't had a chance. And these are cucumbers, and I done them different this year. I put a roll of plastic down and just punched holes. And I'm going to try my cucumbers like that this year. because I hate the weeds getting in the baskets and I can't get them out. But they're looking really pretty so far. These are Market More 76 and a few Burpless. But the Market More 76 is our favorite. Got a few little sunflowers that's come up from last year. Alrighty, these beans, I tried to start staking them and it's rained me out. So I've got to get in here this week and stake these for sure. They are vining. These are all rattlesnake pole beans. Alrighty, right here. We've got a row of peppers. I've got 6 banana peppers and 6 jalapeno peppers. And I've got some empty space here. I'm going to be planting a few okra plants and probably some late beans right there. I have some one variety I just plant a few short rows of. Alrighty, our cabbages that we started from seed. 4 of them made it. I lost 2. And they're looking pretty good. I've got to get in here and dust them for bugs or spray them for bugs. And here we have a little row, a little bed of beets that we planted. And they're looking pretty good. I got some weeds in them I have to get out. But that'll be enough to give us a few little jars of pickle beets. And maybe this fall, when it's cooler again, I'll plant some more beets. Alrighty, right here we have some greasy beans. And they are starting to vine really good. They look kind of thin right now, but they're in the early stages of vining. So they'll fill out. I've got a row and a half of those greasy beans. And I see some weeds in them I'm going to have to get. But I've got 2 32-foot rows right there of them. And I'm trying to keep this camera steady. I'm using a different camera than usual. But as you can see, both rows of them is vining real well. Alright, here we have our tomatoes this year. And they're starting to do really good now. I've been putting Epsom salt on them. And I've pruned them. And they're due for another pruning now that all this rain has come. I try to prune everything a foot off the ground to keep the blight down. And I try to prune the suckers out. And there's some of them that has got several, like this plant here has got several forks, and normally I do not let that happen. But with the rain I've had, I didn't have much choice. These are all the tomatoes we started inside, and they are all blooming just about. And I'm going to show you right up here. This is one of our black creme plants, and we've got little tomatoes hanging on there. And they're about the size of golf balls right now. So we're really excited for that. But they're pretty, and I've not had a bug trouble this year so far. I was going to put plastic down on these tomatoes and mulch them, and I did not get it done for the rain. I may still put some plastic around some just as an experiment kind of to see how they do. Here's some little marigolds that we plant. But you can see the tomatoes are looking pretty good. They're still kind of small. I mean, they're most of them, almost chest high. Some of them is waist high. So they're coming right along. I mean, it's still, today's the 1st of June. So, I mean, a lot of people that I know is just now setting their tomato plants out. So we're doing really good, I think. The cabbages are looking good. Got a few of them getting a few bugs I'm going to have to work on. Alrighty, I'm going to take you up here to on the hillside and show you the little corn patch. Alrighty, I'm going to start down here on the low part of the hill. And I've got a few little hills of pumpkins right here that's coming up. And I wish you could tell how steep this bank was. I mean, it's pretty steep. But on the top of it, where it kind of gets a little less steep, I've planted some pumpkins along the edge. And then right here's the Thornless Blackberries. I gotta get up here and weed eat all this again. I had it looking all nice and pretty and not a weed up here. and all the rain has put a damper on my grass cutting. But I got some corn that's up about, it's not knee high yet, but it's got to be hoed very bad. I got 2 rows of ambrosia right here, and you can't hardly see it for the little weeds. 2 rows of ambrosia, it's probably a foot tall. And I've already I tried to get in here one day and put the nitrogen on it and tried to hoe it, but it was a little too damp. Excuse me. So this week it'll dry up, and I'll bring my push plow up here with my little cultivator, and I'll knock these weeds out and hoe them up and try to get a heel on them. And let's see. Down here I have started 2 rows of Missouri Wonder Beans, and I've got to get them hoed out now that they're getting up and get the weeds out. And above it, I just planted about a week ago, and let's see, yeah, I see some coming up. I planted 3 more rows of the ambrosia corn and 2 more rows back in the back. And these rows are, it don't look it from here because this hill kind of rolls over, but these rows are about 50 or 60 feet long. So I mean, that'll be a decent little stand of corn. Be enough for us to put some in the freezer and can a little, pickle it, whatever we need, eat some fresh. My peas, a lot of them is kind of, that variety I planted didn't get very tall, but they are ready to pick right now. And they look kind of bad right now. The rain has kind of pulled them down off those strings. I'll not be doing my peas like that again. They did not hang well to that. And here's something brand new I just got today. This morning, me and my friend Charles went across to the other county next to us and bought some nukes of honeybees that we'd ordered them a couple months ago. I think I had a video. And right there is our little nuke, and it's still in the cardboard container. And what I did, I got them this morning. I got them home by probably 8:30, and I just set them where the hive will be. My hive will be sitting exactly where that nuke is. And I went ahead and opened the plug and let them out and get used to it and get calmed down a little. And in the morning, I'll bring my regular hive up here, and when it's early morning, I will switch them out. There's 5 frames of established brood and some honey, and the queen is already laying in here. That's a good advantage of a nuke. You've already got an established hive. If you buy a package of bees that's just loose bees and a queen, they're starting from scratch. But these is already established, and just pay a little bit more and you can get you a good nuke. And there's 5 frames in there. But I'll take them 5 frames out and put them in the middle of my hive body and put 5 empty frames around them, and they'll be good to go. So I haven't had bees in a couple years now, so I'm anxious to have them back and get some honey. And I just like watching them and having them around the farm pollinating. Alrighty, let me take you down here and show you one more thing. I'll do another video when I get this garden hoed out, but this is, I ain't going to show you all the weed-free garden because now there's a lot of work in it. You see what this looks like right now? This looks awful, and I'm pretty ashamed of it really, but I mean, you can only do what the weather lets you do. Here are little Thornless Blackberry plants. They're starting to get some blooms on them. They've been bloomed a couple days now. And I didn't figure they would bloom this year where they was just starts. But there's blooms here and some buds there. And there's blooms on this one. So there'll be a few little berries on it. And next year I think they'll really do good. Alrighty, over here is a little row, probably 12 feet long. I planted these. These are old-fashioned cornfield beans that a man gave me. And these seeds have been in the freezer since 1997. And every seed I think come up. And I planted these mainly just to get some seeds back. The old man gave them to me. His dad had them for years. And on the edge here, this is on the edge of the bank, I've got a few more hills of pumpkins. And I planted the variety of pumpkins I planted. I don't remember the green variety. Something, maybe something boar. I got them from Baker Creek. I planted Jarradale and Chesterfield or something, I believe. Planted 3 or 4 varieties. They're all a lot of them is edible, the edible kind. There's white ones, green ones, and the real pretty something cheese. Maybe New England cheese or something like that. I'll have to look. But also over here, let's see. I've planted a few hills of the pumpkins. There's a one, and here's some. So they're looking good. They're just now coming up good. And right here, below them, I'd forgot I planted these. There's 3 watermelon plants. So I'll be digging those up, and I'm going to move them away from the pumpkins. I had some corn planted here, and none of it come up, and I forgot about planting the watermelons at the end, so I'll be moving them. But that's what I got going so far. Got some tomatoes in the raised bed as well. That's doing really good. They're all bloomed. And we're still planting a few things. But I just wanted to, let's see. You see we're all leafed out and green. I just wanted to give you a little update and apologize to you all. There's the cabin. You see I got grass growing in the yard finally now too. Just wanted to apologize for y'all for not making a video in a while, and I will get back on a routine for you. And I appreciate, whoop, I don't fall over the hill. I appreciate all the emails I got and the comments, and we love y'all and appreciate all your support, and hope you'll stick with us, and we will see you all in the next video. God bless.